Hello, everybody. Yeah, tonight was a game. Tonight was it was not a good game for the Canadians. I mean, it was, but it also wasn't. I have my trusty board here. I'm not sure if you can see it at all, but yeah, this is gonna be a new thing. I'm gonna update it after every game. Uh, Montreal Canadiens' current record now is 0-1 with this loss. Our standings are currently fourth in the division. Most likely going to be fifth in the division since Boston is currently, as I'm recording this, up 2-0 on the Dallas Stars. The first period is over. We're seventh in the conference. The last game was this one. Habs losing 3-4 against the Hurricanes. Jesse, I see you in the chat. Thank you, dog, for the L. Our power play was 1 for 3 tonight. Our penalty kill was also 1 for 3, soon to be second last in the division. We really are soon to be second to last. Goals leader, we'll get to those. Assist leaders, we'll get to those. And our away record currently is 0-1. So, yeah, that's not too good. We'll leave our board there for the night. And I'm going to get to the notes that I took during the game because, of course, I take notes. So first off, before the game, I was pointing out that Drouin was lucky to be on the third line considering Byron was still hurt, but we'll see what happens with those two a little later. The Habs got the shots early on, but it seems the Habs are going to go well into the game with the physicality, and they really were. It looked like while the Habs did hit quite a bit, the Hurricanes really did bring the physicality in this game, and it didn't look good for the Habs a lot of the time. Martin went to the box for a Habs power play, which Weber was past the puck. It was a terrible. He got his stick on the puck, but he hit it at a wrong angle. Went right to a Hurricanes player. They shot it right out of the zone. They didn't get too far though. But almost right after, Sebastian Aho, who, as you people who may follow hockey, unlike Jesse in the chat, 82, it's not going to happen. Even if that happens, 80, we still have 82 points because we get a point for the overtime loss. Jesse, 82 points would probably, if the East goes this low, then we could probably make the playoffs with 82 points. But Sebastian Aho, who, as fans know, of course, Aho was offer sheeted by the Habs. He accepted, but the Canes matched it on the last day. They could have trying to screw us over, but of course, anyone who follows hockey knows no RFAs really signed until about 3 weeks ago. But Aho gets on a breakaway. Great save by Price. Drouin was playing terrible defense on the play. And I put right here, really should get rid of the guy. Really should just get rid of the guy. If you saw my board, you'll know something's up with that, which slightly regret that, but not really. Price made a few good saves early on in the game after the Hurricanes started getting some shots off as well. Shmestakov with a hit on Gallagher that should have been called, in my opinion, and a bit of scrimmaging after the whistle's blown in the, I want to say it was the Habs zone, with Shmestakov and Gallagher going at it again. The Habs played good defense through the first. Whenever the Canes were looking to get shots off, the Habs seemed to be there for any possible breaks of the puck control for the Canes. I really needed that water. The Habs were letting the Canes get more shots as the first period went on. I began to notice that the Canes were getting more shots, and I believe at the end it was it was 10-10 each, but at some point it was like 8-5 or something. After the Habs were up like 5-2 in shots. Price didn't need to make a save. The post did it well enough for a breakaway with Ryan Dzingel, new Carolina Hurricane, one of the new Carolina Hurricanes, I should say. Price, it looked like he did get the save on it, and it went off the post, but the post was just there for making the save for Price. Drouin put Drouin actually doing something somewhat useful, almost getting the Habs a goal on a good wraparound from Armia and setting it up well, but of course it didn't happen. And Kane scored first, and I put this when Kane scored first. Kane score first, which of course means Habs are losing this game. Price allowing a terrible goal with the shots at 10-10 each. Oh, no, the shots were 12-10 at the end of the first, actually, for the Habs. So, yeah. The Habs weren't playing too well at the end of the first. They seemed a little sloppy. And Kane's led at the end of the first 1-0. Jesus, not 12-0. Jesus. They led 1-0. Go Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs going for a blowout Saturday. Jesse, you shut up. I like my Maple Leafs, but they're not beating my Habs. 4-0. If you think that's a blowout, you better go back to the 90s then. 4-0 back in like 96 was a blowout. 2-0 was a blowout back in like 96 when the trap was still a thing. But the Canes led 1-0 at the end of the first. The shots were 12-10 Habs. It was decent. At least they weren't up like 3-0. The Canes graphic guy messes up big time. I noticed a few minutes into the second, or right at the beginning of the second, I believe, actually, that he messed up big time, saying Suzuki was acquired from Vegas in a Max Domi trade. But anyone who follows the Habs knows Suzuki came with the Tatar trade. Domi's never been in Vegas, or he's never been in Vegas as a hockey player, or at least I don't think I'm pretty sure he's been with Montreal every time he's played Vegas. But he was acquired 1-for-1 Domi for Galchenyuk, so Canes graphic guy is probably getting fired. The Canes have their first power play on a really bad face-off violation call that I didn't even see take place. And then just over a minute into the period, another puck beats Price, but just rings off the post. So thankfully the Canes don't go up 2-0. But it seems almost immediately after, Price allows a goal from Martin Nessus on the power play. And I even put Habs are going to suck this year out of frustration from being down 2-0 because I assumed that was going to be it. And then Fleury, Theoren Fleury. Hayden Fleury and Jordan Weal and Brendan Gallagher were going at it. Gally doing good in bugging the Canes thus far to try and keep the Habs into it. And then the Habs get a power play. And Tatar makes it 2-1 unassisted. So Tomas Tatar unassisted gets the first Habs goal of the night. That brings them to the 1-on-3. Oh, yeah, and the Nessus goal brings the Canes to the 1-on-3, with the Habs allowing a power play goal, or allowing a penalty kill goal. I think they allowed a goal while they were on the penalty kill. I'll put it that way. That's easier for me to say. And then Kotkaniemi really quickly afterwards, I want to say it was a minute or two afterwards, Jesperi Kotkaniemi ties it up after Tatar's goal very quickly with assist from Armia. And, of course, the guy I've been ragging on all preseason, finally getting a little something done, Jonathan Drouin, due to a terrible line change from Carolina. The Habs did have the pressure, but it looked like the Hurricanes are getting the puck out of the zone, and then nope, doesn't happen. Just Drouin keeps the puck in the zone, keeps the puck in the zone. Armia takes the shot. Kotkaniemi really, really doing good by not shooting right away, holding on him for a few seconds, making sure he can get the shot off, and it's 2-2 for the Habs. And yeah, Petrie did a good defense, right? Playing good defense. He stopped a possible shot from Sebastian Aho, but Sherratt takes a bad holding penalty, and Price with a great stretched out save to stop another power play goal for the Canes. I forget who almost had it. I want to say it was Martinook, but I'm not 100% sure if it was Martinook that almost scored for the 3-2 Canes goal. But Price looked to be Price status, despite making a save, or despite not making a save, and Aho's shot hitting the post rather than true. Thank you, Jesse. But Jordan Weal, after the power play ends, he ties the game with assists from Paul Byron and Nate Thompson. So, of course, with me wanting points leaders, that's 7 guys with 1 point tonight that are going to bring the points leader to 1. So just when you're looking at points leaders so far, Tatar, Armia, Kotkaniemi, Drouin, Byron, Weal, and Thompson all having a point, and they all lead the Habs in points. So all of these guys right now are projected for 82 points, except for Drouin, who's projected for about 5. And then excuse me. I'm trying to find. Okay, end of the second, the Habs lead 3-2. Shots are 26-23 Habs as well. Keep in note the shots. The shots are what's really important here. And early on in the third, the shots are cocaine. What are you looking at, Jesse? What's cocaine? The board, or am I on cocaine? Because there's no way I'm on cocaine, dude. But cocaine. But early on, the shots in the third, at least, are 5-0 Canes, and I said the Habs need to get it going. Kotkaniemi draws a great penalty, but before they go on the power play, Cale Fleury gets a great shot on a breakaway, but Mrazek ends up stopping him. Excuse me. Oh, cocaine. Oh, no. Kotkaniemi. I just realized what you're saying, Jesse. No, Kotkaniemi. It does sound like cocaine now that you think about it. Kotkaniemi. Or if you want to say it, cocaine does lead the Habs in points. It actually probably does in the locker room. If we're going by Evgeny Kuznetsov. Okay, perfect. And then Price. No, excuse me. I lost my place again. Mrazek stopping. Fogle missing a brilliant shot on the breakaway during the penalty kill. Surprisingly, or thankfully, Habs don't allow a goal, but Jesperi Kotkaniemi serves a penalty for too many men to give the Canes a power play for a minute 52 after the 8 seconds of the Habs of the 4-on-4 then expires. So after that power play, of course they don't score as the penalty kill for the Habs was 1 for 3. But Price allows a goal for the Canes to tie 3-3. Eric Haula scoring. Price really didn't see that puck. I got to be honest. Like, yes, Price allowed that third goal, but he honestly really didn't see. He tried to make the save, but he really couldn't. He didn't see where the puck was on Haula's stick. And but interesting, no call on Dzingel. He cross-checked Sherratt. There was no call on that. I probably just ear raped everyone. I'm sorry. Price still made great saves with 8 minutes to go. The shots 37-30 for the Hurricanes. Notice how at the end of the second, it was 26-23 Habs. That means the Hurricanes thus far have gotten 14 shots on net, and the Habs have only gotten 4. The Habs are getting very badly outshot during this third. Dan's game exactly. The Habs are not applying too much pressure with 5 left to play in the third. Possibly going to overtime despite shots being 41-32 Canes, and then of course, right after I point that out, Habs started playing a lot of pressure in the Canes zone, only getting a shot off, though. And going to overtime, the shots 42-33 for the Hurricanes. Habs are guaranteed a point tonight. And then in overtime, I don't have the exact shots, but I want to say it was 44 to about 37-38 for the Canadiens. For the Hurricanes. The Habs played great offense in the overtime. They really got a lot of pressure off. Kotkaniemi, Domi, Gallagher, Tatar even, and Weber as well. A lot of the guys on the Habs roster looked really, really good in overtime. It just sucks we couldn't get it done. Otherwise, we'd have 2 points and we'd be sitting up there with Tampa and Toronto right now. But the Habs applied great pressure in overtime. They just couldn't get anything done. Price, though, in the shootout, once we get to the shootout, Price gives up an easy first goal. I want to say it was Eric Haula who scored his technically second of the game, but doesn't count for some reason. I don't get why shootout goals don't count. He scores on a 5-hole shot. Price really should have had that ready. And then after that, it's a complete no more goals. Ryan Suzuki, the rookie, takes the final shot, misses it. Canes win 4-3 in a shootout, which means the Habs only get a point tonight. They're 4th in the division. 7th in the conference, more than likely 5th in the division, 8th in the conference once Boston beats Dallas tonight, which means if the playoffs were to start already, we'd be facing either Tampa or Toronto in the playoffs. And, I don't think we're going to want that. So, that's and then, of course, the Habs stats already mentioned those, so I'm not going to mention them again. Hopefully the mic has sounded has been sounding well tonight. I see that right now the mic is at 2 bars, 2 dots, quite a bit, 2 out of 5 right now. I actually have a new mic stand. I'm gonna see if I can get this on camera, sort of. But yeah, I've got a new mic stand for the videos. I'm not 100% sure which videos I'm going to use this for, but 100% for the streams, I mean, is what I'm going to use this for. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. I went through the Habs. It took a lot quicker than I expected, only 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with the Habs only getting a point tonight, but they still did good. They still played well. They come back down 2-0, but choke away a 3-2 lead and lose in a shootout. At least they didn't end up choking it away and losing 6-3. We'll see in these second and third meetings how the Habs do against the Hurricanes. Their next games. Oh God, I don't remember their next game. I know Saturday they play the Leafs. That might actually be their next game. Actually, yeah, because we're Thursday. Yeah, what are we, Thursday? Yeah, we're Thursday. Yeah, so next game is Saturday against the Maple Leafs in Toronto. So we'll see how that goes on. We'll hopefully have at least another point from that game. We'll see. Yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and everything includes, but is not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Harry Rice. Subscribe to my Puff Club. Subscribe to join the HD Club. Thank you once again, Jesse, my moderator in the chat, for sending me this amazing webcam that's been used for about 2 weeks now, I want to say. Time flies, really. It does. Poggers to my dad for loaning me this mic stand. Can we get a clap in the chat for my dad? Thank you very much. Clappa's in the chat. Yeah, about 2 weeks, I say it is. Clap in the chat for my mom for picking me up this sweet-ass whiteboard for me to use. Jesus. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, 2 weeks. It seems like it's been 2 weeks since I got the mic. But yeah, and then, of course, Klappa to everyone that's been in the chat thus far, and me having the most views I've had ever on YouTube, pretty much. Well, except for that one AVGM video I got like 450,000 views on, but that's long gone now. So yeah, that's going to do it. That my Twitch and Twitter are in the description. Twitter I don't use too often. I tweet on there sometimes if I really want to get thoughts on something that's trending out. Twitch I'm not using too much. If I stream games, I might use that. I'm not 100% though yet. My Amazon wishlist is also in the description. That's where Jesse got the webcam from. If you want to support me and you really like the content and you want to support me, I should say, my Amazon wishlist is really the only way that you can do that right now because I don't have a donation page just yet. I got to wait another year for that. And then, of course, my letterbox is in the description if you want to see what movies I've seen / what I think of them. That link is also in the description. My name is Harry Rice. Thank you once again, everyone, for watching. I hope to see you again sometime in the future. My name is Harry Rice, and I am out. Peace.